In the first expansion pack from Dead Island 2, the developers abandoned the bright open world and placed players in Haus, the dark headquarters of the Sectarians. In SoLA, the others decided to return to what they loved about the sequel. The region here, which is separate from the main map, includes several large locations that resemble spacious sandboxes. If you didn't like the house experiment, you will feel at home. The second DLC was fun, but it's not perfect either. And I'm really glad to see everyone on the GameWave channel, and today I will tell you about my impressions of the passage of the new DLC on the game, which was released just over a year ago. Yeah, I'm talking about Dead Island 2. I would be very grateful for your subscription and like before the video. Well, take something tasty and we start. After completing of the story mission Killer of Giants, you can, with the help of rapid movement, go to a new place called SoLA. It's a music festival. Expect no one sings or dances there. When you first get there, all you can see are abandoned cars, unopened beer crates, pizza boxes and different stuffs. And on the speaker, someone insists on staying away from this place. It turned out this is a coming from Grace, the only one who managed to lock herself in an underground bunker and not turn into a zombie. She tells us that some unusual bet is to blame of the crash. It says that as soon as the music started playing, tens of thousands of people grabbed their hands, started screaming and either become walking dead or beat other visitors. It's easy for us to believe, so we go down to the dance floor and try to figure out what the beat is and what the mass transformation of humans into zombie has done. In Haus, the plot was not quite what, but saved the creepy atmosphere of the mansion, thanks to which the supplement resembled horror. In SoLA, storytelling is also not dignified. Characters are boring, the dialogue seems tormented, and keeping track of the story is not very interesting. But we have different good things. That there was once a large-scale music festival very easy to believe, as a referent clearly used California Coachella Festival. If you enter this word into a search engine and look at the photos, you will see a lot of what is shown in the game. The same spacious playgrounds, strange sets with large statues, stands with lot of equipment, and of course the zombies that we have been killing for 3 or 4 hours are dressed like that. Most wear very light clothes. It's fun, but it doesn't really change anything. But new enemies, which was so lacking in the past DLC, make us approach the battles differently. For example, there were lashes, zombie girl who put out their own intestines and use them as a whip. The whip strikes far and painful, and with their opponents it is impossible to accumulate range or turn it on. The first encounter with a whip can hurt the nerves, but afterwards they overpower them with the same ease as ordinary walkers. Another new kind of enemy is clothes. There are large lumps of flesh with long arms and splitting blood. Their main trick, the ability to turn into a slimy mess, literally melting in front of their eyes and leaving a pool of blood behind. After a few seconds, they appear in a random location, most often behind the player's back. It's the first time you can cross them halfway through, and it's a two-way street, so they're accompanied by a dozen normal zombies. It's gonna be hard to get through this episode the first time you try, but as with the Lash, it's easier to defeat these opponents on repeated encounters. They are also brought in new weapons, which you want to have in the collection. After passing the DLC, they give a pilaster. For a second task you open an electric guitar, the heavy blows of which cause explosions, and as soon as you get into Grace's shelter, the welding machine offers to buy Reaper, a baseball bat with a circular saw attached to it. Fans of the first Dead Island surely remember that there it was one of the modifications of the beat, and here the idea developed all attacks, especially powerful blows and counterattacks, increase the speed of the saw, and at maximum speed the damage is much higher. There is also a grenade, Hornet's Nest, which in an explosion released hordes of wisps chasing zombies. The fact that wisps are shifted from one enemy to another makes it more useful in some situations than another consumables. If the first DLC I gave a good rating, then here I do it with a clear conscience. SoLA turned out to be a very good DLC. There are plenty of fun episodes and new enemies have appeared, and locations are more interesting to explore and new weapons want to use. With the duration of the Some Trouble as a house, you can run everything in 3 hours, and the story is not happy. Also, for attempts to make plot video cinematic developers are to be commended. If you missed Dead Island 2 and don't buy a season pass, SoLA will be fun for one night. You should not expect more from it. Well, the bottom line is, with the added benefits of this DLC, it's a new spacious location that resembles the atmosphere of the main game. New types of enemies makes battle more stressful. New weapons don't want to give up. All the main features of the game are left in place. And thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. I will be very grateful to your subscriptions, likes and comments. This will be help to promote my channel further to create better content. Have a nice day and see you soon.